You're watching 48 Fastcast.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Margot Gray with your 48 Fastcast. We now know the identity of the man killed in a Marshall County officer-involved shooting from earlier this month. Officials say 58-year-old Gary Jordan was killed in the shooting. Marshall County deputies and Guntersville police responded to a call on Meadowbrook Drive. This is back on January 18th. Officials say Jordan started firing at deputies and officers, causing them to fire back. No one else was injured in that incident.
Well, hey, we finally made it into the low 40s. How about that? The clouds continue to increase, and we're still watching the weekend for another blast of Arctic air. Here's the Parkway right now, sitting at 42 degrees. Traffic's in pretty good shape here. Feels like a Monday, but it is Thursday. That's what happens when you take the first part of the week off. Dusting a possibility. That animation wasn't supposed to run, so still working on that for the 4 o'clock. But that 1 to 2 inch potential there, it's still there. That'll be Friday, roughly afternoon through Saturday afternoon. And most of this is going to come very early in the morning. Saturday, this is going to be accompanied by strong wind gusts around at least 30 miles an hour, maybe higher than that. So the wind chill Saturday, Friday night into Saturday is going to drop to about 9 degrees below zero. The actual temperatures could still drop into the single digits in a few spots, so we're keeping a close eye on that. First alert weather day Saturday. We don't expect a whole lot of impact from the snow. It's mainly going to be what I would call a blizzard out there. So lots of snow flurries. A lot of those will blow off of the roads because it's going to be a dry snow and real gusty wind.
Well, let's stay on the subject of weather for a second. While North Alabama is past that winter weather from last weekend, we're not even going to talk about this weekend. The Nashville area is still recovering. That's why Huntsville Utilities is sending a crew out to the Music City to help restore power. About 86,000 people are still in the dark at last word, just in the city limits alone. The crew from Huntsville is taking plenty of equipment to Nashville. They are prepared to stay up there for the next couple of days to help. A Morgan County man is facing a DUI charge after he allegedly caused multiple crashes in Decatur last night. So police were called to a 2-car wreck on the Beltline. When Nathan Smith allegedly drove off, police say he caused another wreck near Danville Road and then Hartung Street. Smith then allegedly ran off before he was caught by police. He's charged with driving under the influence, leaving the scene of an accident, and drug paraphernalia. This is a look at some of the mailboxes Smith allegedly knocked down last night in that chase. Police say no one else was hurt in these crashes. Well, local business owners are turning to artificial intelligence to help them with their day-to-day operations. I'll show you how next. More businesses here in the Valley are turning to artificial intelligence to help them with everyday work. A recent survey from Gallup Workforce found about 12% of business owners and employees use AI on a daily basis. Brittany Rutledge is one of those owners. She runs 2 real estate businesses in Huntsville with the help of AI. She says some tasks that would have taken days to complete now only takes just a few minutes. She primarily uses AI to draft emails and create content, but still tweaks the results to her liking.
I think it's really important that I review everything it says. I don't just take it for a grain of salt, copy it and paste it. I read it and then I go back in and I change the wordings around to sound more like me. I don't want it to be something that replaces me. I want it to be something that helps me.
Another business owner says they use AI to help establish an online presence, adding the most important thing is to be transparent, with clients on how AI is actually used.
Now, your first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis.
A bit of a break from the wind and the chill, and some of you had to deal with bursted pipes, and you may see that again this weekend, so you want to protect those. Leave a steady, like pencil-sized stream beginning Friday night. We'll be talking more about this at 4. Current temperatures, low 40s all across the area, so some good news there. It's going to be very windy this weekend. Wind gust on the order of 30 to 35 miles per hour, especially Friday night into Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. The winds will finally die down Sunday morning, but check out the winds up here in the Great Smoky Mountains and the rest of the Appalachians. They're going to see significant snow. Winter storm warnings in effect there. So if you're traveling there, you may be stuck there for several days with this winter storm coming in. We're kind of on the western side of this, but every model run shows just a little bit more of a chance for some flurries. I expect probably a lot of flurry activity, kind of like this Monday morning we had. And in that case, a lot of this snow is very dry and it blows off of the roads. Main concern here with maybe 1 to 2 inch snowfall would be here in Jackson County and DeKalb County. And most of that's going to happen Saturday, as you'll see. Notice early Saturday morning, the temperatures drop into the 20s, but the winds start to pick up. It's sustained at 15 to 20 with those gusts to 30. So probably not good visibility out there, especially in the northeast corner of the state with some of that snow flying there. You can see that's 4 o'clock in the morning Saturday. It kind of tapers off as we get later into the morning Saturday, and by Saturday afternoon we're just dealing with a few flurries out there as the main storm system pushes to the east. But this is Saturday at 1 o'clock. 19 degrees in Fort Payne, low 20s elsewhere. So a brutal weekend ahead. Saturday we'll get the worst of the cold weather. Here's a quick look at the feels like temperatures. Friday evening, they just really drop off. We go down to about 6 below zero to 10 below zero Saturday morning. Make sure you're bundled up. And 2:30 in the afternoon, Fort Payne with that 19 and the gust at 30 miles an hour, it's going to feel like 2 below zero, and it gets worse Saturday night into Sunday morning. So just overall, prepare for a very cold weekend. That's a given, and we may get a little bit of snowflake activity too. So I've gone up to 30% here Saturday, mainly for the eastern part of the state for a few of those heavier flurries. But again, we're not expecting to be stuck at home due to that. But as we get into next week, we finally start to warm up just a little bit more. But looking at the long range guidance, it may be until Valentine's Day week that we finally see a change for warmer than normal temperatures.
All right, you have your warning now. That'll do it for your 48 Fast Cast. We'll hop back online at 3:30 with Before the 4, hosted by AJ Wiest, and then join us on air at WAFF for all of your top stories 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great Thursday.